Alright, so this is Pre-ACE Math 2 Quiz for Study Guide. And number 1. SQ bisects RST. So you've got this picture. SQ bisects RST. So if it bisects, it creates two congruent angles. You are told that the measure of RST, let's see, you're told the measure of RSQ is 4x minus 8. Write an expression for angle RST. Angle RS to T. If these two angles are equal to each other, then this top angle is 4x minus 8. And an expression for this big angle right here would just be 2 times 4x minus 8. But you need to simplify that by distributive property. So 2 times 4x is 8x, and 2 times 8 is 16. So there's your expression for RST. Number 2. Name an angle supplementary to COB. And this is COB right here. So if you highlight that angle, supplementary to COB would be something you could add to it to sum 180. And the angle you could add to it to sum 180 would be right here. These two angles now, they form a line, so they sum 180. And this vertex down here, this was E, so angle EOB. You could also call it angle BOE. Those two angles are supplementary to each other. The next question asks for complementary to COB. So you're still dealing with COB, and you need complementary to it, or something that adds to it that sums 90 degrees. And this symbol is down here in the corner. So if the left side of OB is 90 degrees, then the right side of OB is also 90 degrees. And something that's complementary to COB would be this angle right here, which is CO. There's another vertex out there, COD. Alright, so number 3 would be COD or DOC. Those two together sum 90 degrees. Number 4. MO bisects LMN. That means these two angles are congruent. LMN equals 6x minus 30, so this big angle, 6x minus 30. LMO is x plus 37. Find NMO. So you need to find the measure of this angle right here. If these two angles are congruent, then this angle is also x plus 37. So you've got two of the x plus 37s, and they have to equal the big angle, which equals 6x minus 30. So distributive property on the left, 2x plus 74 equals 6x minus 30. Subtract 2x. 74 equals 4x minus 30, and add 30. $104 equals 4x, and divide by 4. So 26 is equal to x. If 26 is equal to x, you can take 26 and add it to 37 right here. And 26 plus 37 is 63 degrees. So the measure of angle NMO is 63 degrees. Number 5, you're going to want to pay attention to this terminology because you haven't really seen it yet. In number 5 it says angle A and angle B are a linear pair. They're a linear pair. They form a line. If, it says if the measure of angle A equals 5 times the measure of angle B. That's what they're telling you in this question. That's what that terminology means. The measure of angle A equals 5 times the measure of angle B. Well, all you really have is two angles, and one of them is bigger than the other one. So one of them is an angle and the other one is 5 times the smaller angle. So your 5A plus your A equals 180. So 6A equals 180. And divided by 6. So your A equals 30. If your A equals 30, the measure of angle A is 5 times the measure of B. So you have to be careful here if you're using A as your variable. The measure of angle A equals 5 times the measure of angle B. So angle B is what equals 30. And angle A equals 5 times that, which is 150. I just used A as the variable to solve for. Alright, number 6 is the protractor problem that we just went over. And number 7 name an angle vertical to JGI. So this is J, this is G, and this is I. So you've got this angle right here. You need an angle vertical to it. An angle vertical to JGI would be, in this case, right on top of it. It's the other angle formed by those same two lines. And that would be DGE. Alright? Number 8 says the complement of an angle is 62 degrees. What is the measure of the angle? They're telling you that an angle plus 62 degrees equals 90. So subtract 62. And 90 minus 62 should be about 28. So the angle is 28 degrees. Number 9. If the measure of DEF, which is right here, 124, if the measure of DEF equals 124, then what are the measures of FEG? So here's FEG and HEG, and this is H down here. So you need FEG and you need HEG. Alright, HEG is a vertical angle to the 124, so this is 124 as well. The FEG, this blue angle, it forms a linear pair with the given angle. These two form this straight line right here, and they have to sum 180. So FEG is going to be equal to 180 minus 124. .56 degrees. Number 10. Name an angle adjacent to DGH. So you got DGH, and they want something adjacent to it. So I would highlight that angle. Some of you are getting good at this, some of you aren't. If you're not, you need something adjacent to DGH. So take this whole angle and highlight it, color it in if you want. You need an angle that's next to this one, adjacent. They're next to each other. They share a vertex and they share a side. So you've got some options. You got a J right here and an F right here. Well, here's one angle that's adjacent to it. It's next to it. Alright, that's DGF. This angle is next to it. They share an angle, and they share a side, and they share a vertex, and that is HGJ. Adjacent, next to, shares a vertex, shares a side. Number 11. AOC is 67 degrees. That's this big angle. BOC is 2x plus 10. AOB is 4x minus 15. Find the degree measure of BOC. The degree measure of BOC. So you need the degree measure of this angle. So you have to solve for x and then substitute. These two smaller angles added together equal to 67 degrees. So a 4x plus a 2x is a 6x. A negative 15 plus a 10 is negative 5. And those two equal 67. So you can add 5 to each side. 6x will equal 72, and divide by 6. X equals, I think that's 12. 72 divided by 6 equals, that's 12. That's not your answer though. That's just a step on the way to the answer. You need the measure of angle BO. Find the degree measure of BOC and AOB. You need them both. So BOC is going to equal 2 times 12 plus 10. 24 plus 10 is 34. You also need AOB. AOB is going to be equal to, AOB is going to be equal to 67 minus the 34. So 67 minus 34, and that's 33 degrees. Number 12. You got L, M, N, and O. MO bisects LMN. MO bisects LMN. So these two angles are congruent. LMO 7x minus 27. NMO 2x plus 38. Solve for x, find LMN. So you need x and you need LMN. And LMN is the big angle. This whole angle right here. So it's the sum of the two smaller angles. First thing you need to do is solve for x. And they're equal to each other. So your 7x minus 27 equals your 2x plus 38. If you subtract 2x from each side, then 5x minus 27 will equal 38. You can add 27 each side. Your 5x will equal 65, and then divide by 5. So x equals 13. There's your first answer. So your x is equal to 13, and you need LMN. That's the whole angle. So let's find one of these angles first, and you can double it. So we'll do right here. We'll do 2 times 13 plus 38. So that's 26 plus 38 is 64. And you got to do that times 2. So 128. Number 13. Angles 1 and 2 are a linear pair. So another linear pair. Angle 1 is x minus 18. Angle 2 is x plus 100. Find the measure of each angle. One of them is x plus 100. One of them is x minus 18. They're a linear pair, so they have to sum 180. So if you take your x plus your x, you get a 2x. You get 100 minus 18. What's that? 82. So 2x plus 82 equals 180. And subtract 82 from each side. 2x equals 98. Divide by 2. Your x will equal 49. So find the measure of each angle. So if x is equal to 49, then this angle is going to be 49 plus 100, which is 149. And then over here you got 49 minus 18, and that is 31. Alright, so one angle is 149 degrees, the other angle is 31 degrees. Number 14, you are told that DFG and JKL are complementary angles. Complementary angles sum 90. So you've got an x plus 6 plus an x minus 8 that equal 90 degrees. So when you combine your like terms, 2x, and then you got a positive 6 minus 8, that's negative 2. So add 2 to each side. Your 2x equals 92. Divide by 2, and x equals 46. There's your x, and they wanted the measure of each angle. So here's one of your angles. 46 plus 6 equals 52. The other angle is your x minus 8, which is 46 minus 8, and that is 38. So those are your two angles. Number 14 talks about judging by appearance, name an acute, obtuse, and a right angle. I'm going to let you figure that one out on your own. I'm sure you know what all of those look like by now.